Hey guys, what's up? My name's Nicolas and welcome back with another video. But today I'm not gonna be playing a game, but I'm gonna be doing a reaction to the Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil Village special developer message. So I already reacted to the Resident Evil Village trailer. If you guys wanna watch that, I'll be leaving the link of that video in the description down below, so you guys can go watch my reaction on the Resident Evil Village trailer. If you guys wanna watch this video as well, if you guys wanna watch the Resident Evil Village special developer message, I'll be leaving the link of this video in the description down below as well, so you guys can go watch it for yourself. But yeah, I'm gonna go react to it. So I'm excited for Resident Evil 8. It looks like Castlevania type of style now. It's quite far from the typical Resident Evil games that I have played in the past. So let's play, or should I say, let's watch.
Hi, I'm Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village.
And I'm Pete Fabiano, also producer on Resident Evil Village.
We hope you all had the chance to check out and enjoy our trailer.
Some of you are probably wondering why we didn't just call the game Resident Evil 8.
Well, it's still the 8th in the series, and we're treating it as such. You can even see the Roman numeral 8 in the game logo, so it's Resident Evil 8, just not in name.
Yeah, I like the play on the design and simplicity in the name. But we'll touch more on that a little later. For now, why don't we just jump in and let viewers know a little bit more about the game itself.
First off, Resident Evil Village will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Steam.
Right, and in line with previous Resident Evil titles, we're using RE Engine. That engine brought Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 5, and most recently, Resident Evil 3 to life. We were able to take all that we learned from those titles, along with our internal development efforts, and optimize the latest version of the engine for the next generation of consoles.
With the combined power of Next Gen and RE Engine, we can take our developers' vision to new heights. Once again, we're planning a fresh take on survival horror, this time upping the ante on action a bit.
Realistic graphics and immersive audio, coupled with no load times, will really draw you into the world we've created for Resident Evil Village.
Speaking of which, the game takes place a few years after the events of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Right, and it follows the story of protagonist Ethan Winters. Ethan's gone back to living an ordinary life, but of course, it wouldn't be a proper story without a new challenge to overcome. Chris Redfield, a decorated hero fighting against bioterrorism, makes his return, but not in the way you'd think. He's the reason Ethan's life gets turned upside down. Let's take a look at some key art.
You can see Chris looking dark and far more brooding than in earlier Resident Evil appearances.
The last thing worth mentioning in terms of characters here is the village itself.
It plays such a crucial role as the backdrop and setting of the game that we consider it very much its own character as well. Alright, shifting gears, let's talk a bit about the game's design.
You'll notice the familiar first-person perspective from Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. It really helps bring players into the world, makes them feel like they're Ethan, with the same sense of heightened tension and fear.
Here's a quick look at the game running in engine.
The team is working really hard to create a great experience. You can really see the details, even close up. Let's take a look at the inventory. For players familiar with Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, or the recent versions of Resident Evil 2 and 3, you'll be right at home.
We hope you enjoyed this additional look into Resident Evil Village.
Oh, and here's one more piece of key art. You might want to pay extra close attention to this one.
There's a lot that's being shown in it. So much so that we debated whether or not to actually put it in the announced trailer.
Take a look and let your imagination run wild.
We are aiming to have more to show you towards the end of summer.
So, until next time.
"2021, okay, so next year apparently. It's actually quite amazing that every year Capcom is trying to make a new game title for themselves. So that's at fast pace, which is really impressive. But like I said, it could somehow affect the way they create games, just like what happened to Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 remake. The game came out just a few months, not even more than 2 years, or not even 2 years after Resident Evil 2 remake came out. So as you guys can see, the production was fast, but at the same time, it kind of affect how the game was made and how the quality was made. I myself, who is a big fan of Resident Evil 3, was not as impressed as Resident Evil 2 remake because there were a lot of things missing. They could have added more, but the game was too short. There was things there that they could have made the game better, but it wasn't there. So it lacked content basically. So I'm gonna try to review the entire video again. It's quite impressive when they were talking, because first things first, these two people, I did not create a video of it, but I watched the Resident Evil 3 remake developer message as well, and it also involved these two people, especially this guy. I'm not sure if you guys could even see me pointing my mouse to the Italian or American, I'm not sure, to the foreign guy, not the Japanese person, the one on the right. So he was also involved in Resident Evil 3 remake. So developer message as well, because he was also a developer there. I'm not sure if this guy, I think he could also be in the 3 one, I'm not sure, on the third one. So right, so first, yeah, he's Kanda, he's Mr. Kanda. Yep, I think he is. Because Mr. Kanda is the one who created the remake for 2 and 3. So yeah, he is. So didn't just call the game Resident Evil 8. So yeah, they did mention how they decide the logo, which is Resident Evil 8, but now they turn it Village. I'm not sure if this is the first time that they decided to create the number and combine it with the title, because Resident Evil 7 was just Roman numerals, right? They did not create Biohazard unless Hazard. I'm not sure if they create the I'm not sure if they combine in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I'm not sure if they combine the Roman numeral 7 to the title, because the title of Resident Evil 7 was Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and pretty much that's that. There was no name or another title for it. And in here, there's Resident Evil 8, and of course there's Resident Evil Village. And they combine the title of they combine the Roman numeral number 8 and of course the title Village to make it look like 8 was part of the village. So they mention it here.
Probably wondering why we didn't just call the game Resident Evil 8.
Well, it's still the 8th in the series, and we're treating it as such. You can even see the Roman numeral 8 in the game logo. So it's Resident Evil 8, just not in name.
Yeah, I like the play on the design and simplicity in the name.
So yeah, so I really like this. This is creative. It's simple but yet catchy. The fact that they actually market, because if they've just put the game Village, I would not know it's a Resident Evil game, and then they could just pop this 8 and then make Resident Evil appear after the Roman numeral 8 and make it look like, and make it appear that, yeah, this is Resident Evil 8 Village. So it's really catchy, it's really unique, it's simple but yet effective in its way of portraying what Resident Evil it is. So that's cool.
And simplicity in the name. But we'll touch more on that. Now, why don't we just jump in and let viewers know a little bit more about the game itself?
First off, Resident Evil Village will be available.
So PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and now they're toggling the new consoles. PlayStation 5, so rather than PlayStation 4. So obviously PlayStation 5 will be coming out this year. So now Capcom is preparing for the release for the newer consoles, so PlayStation 5 as well as Xbox Series X. And of course, I'm very happy because I'm a PC gamer and not a console gamer that it's coming out on Steam, and I can't wait because I did enjoy Resident Evil 7. It's a new type of horror and a new type of Resident Evil that I never thought I would enjoy.
Available on PlayStation 5.
Resident Evil titles, we're using RE Engine.
RE Engine, which means the same that created the previous games. I know Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, and I believe Devil May Cry 5? The one, oh yeah, the one they mentioned.
Evil 2.
There you go. Resident Evil 2, 5, and Resident Evil 2 Live.
Devil May Cry 5, and most recently, Resident Evil 3 to life. We were able to take all that we learned from those titles, along with our internal development efforts, and optimize the latest version of the engine for the next generation of consoles.
With the combined power of next gen and RE Engine, we can take our development.
Another thing I catch about is I'm not sure if he's someone who actually speaks English fluently, because so far he's doing it pretty well. Or there's what you call a script, like a board with words that he can read, basically. Words that he can read, like I forgot what they're called. Those the ones used in radio stations, and the prompter, I believe that's called. I don't know what it's called. The prompter, something like that. Promometer, I don't know. But so far he sounds pretty decent for someone who speaks English. Compared, I'm not even English is not my what you call first language. So I have to say, I understand the way he speaks English. It's pretty well done.
Developer's vision to new heights.
I mean, he's still struggling considering he's Japanese, but pretty well done.
Once again, we're planning a fresh take on survival horror. This time, upping the ante
on action a bit. What do they mean ante? Which means the upping the level, upping the excitement, or focusing more on action, something like that.
Ante on action a bit.
Realistic graphics and immersive audio, coupled with no load times.
No load times. What do you mean no load times? So that means there's no loading, I believe. When unlike the typical games where you enter a new area, there will be a loading screen and it will load the new area. But I think they say no load times, which means you could go through each area without having the loading screen appear, unlike the typical older games.
Really draw you into the
I think that's what they meant.
World we've created for Resident Evil Village.
Speaking of which, the game takes place a few years after the events of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Right, and it follows the story of protagonist Ethan Winters.
I figured that out the moment I heard the voice from the trailer. I figured it was Ethan.
Ethan's gone back to living an ordinary life, but of course, it wouldn't be a proper story without a new challenge to overcome.
Okay, so another interesting is, how did he end up in the village? I think he was looking for Chris, or he was looking for Mia, or he's looking for someone else.
Chris Redfield.
Or for something.
A decorated hero fighting against bioterrorism, makes his return, but not in the way you'd think. He's the reason Ethan's life gets turned upside down. Let's take a look at some key art.
You can see Chris.
Yeah, what you call in the ending of the trailer where Chris, I believe, shoots Mia with a pistol or a silencer. So I'm guessing Chris is gonna be more of a villain, or more of a dark side. We get to see the dark side of Chris. So what if it's gonna be crazy if we have to fight Chris in his that would be crazy. So it's like we're fighting Wesker, but this time we're fighting an alpha male, Chris. I mean, Wesker is also an alpha male, but he's gonna be terrifying either way.
Looking dark and far more brooding than in earlier Resident Evil appearances.
The last thing worth mentioning in terms of characters here is the village itself.
It plays such a crucial role as the backdrop and setting of the game that we consider it very much its own character as well. Alright, shifting gears, let's talk a bit about the game's design.
You'll notice the familiar first-person perspective from Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. It really helps bring players into the world. It makes them feel like they're Ethan, with the same sense of heightened tension and fear.
Here's a quick look at the game running in engine.
This one looks amazing, by the way. It's like it's reminding me of the what you call Spencer Mansion from Resident Evil 1. Except this one looks like bigger and has more puzzles. I like the puzzles of Resident Evil 2 remake. It was amazing. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard puzzles as well was pretty unique. I gotta say, it's the most unique puzzles I've seen from a Resident Evil game standpoint. So yeah.
The team is working really hard to create a great experience. You can really see the details, even close up. Let's take a look at the inventory.
So the inventory right now, I'm not I remember that the inventory for Resident Evil 7 Biohazard was a lot smaller. This is a lot bigger, and this reminds me of the inventory for Resident Evil 4 for PS2. As a matter of fact, the entire game itself, the village itself, reminds me of Resident Evil 4. Yeah, it reminds me of Resident Evil 4, but this time with what you call with Castlevania vibes energy. So at the same time, I believe you can craft items, because I see the potion here, the liquid, I forgot what they're called, the healing item that you pour over your body. So yeah.
For players familiar with Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, or the recent versions of Resident Evil 2 and 3, you'll be right at home.
We hope you enjoyed this additional look into Resident Evil Village.
Oh, and here's one more piece of key art.
Okay, so this is interesting. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the Plague virus, like in Resident Evil 4, where there is octopus tentacles coming out of their heads when you shoot their brains out. I really don't like that. It kind of ruined Resident Evil game for me. It's like Alien other than zombies. So, but yeah. So there's a ring. There is what you call. I have no idea what's in the middle. Let me guys know what it is. It looks like an octopus or some sort of alien. But there's a golden ring. There are two sets of wings, which I believe belongs to a crow. I can't even say the word. Which belongs to a crow or some sort of bird, a black bird. But pretty much it's like a raven or a crow. Basically, it reminds me of what you call Hunger Games now. But yeah, it's probably a crow or a raven. I literally have no idea. What this is. Yup, the middle part is confusing for me. Let me guys know in the comments down below what you think it is. But it looks like some sort of plaga or some sort of creature.
You might want to pay extra close attention to this one.
Yep.
I am, but I have no idea what's on the middle.
There's a lot that's being shown in it. So much so that we debated whether or not to actually put it in the announced trailer.
Take a look and let your imagination run wild.
We are aiming to have more to show you towards the end of summer.
So, until next time.
So, end of summer. So I'm guessing summer of 2021, that's when they're gonna be releasing Resident Evil 8. Okay, So I'm gonna end it there. Hope you guys enjoyed this of me reacting to Resident Evil 8. I can't wait for the game to come out. Obviously, I enjoy Resident Evil 7 and I can't wait to play Resident Evil 8 when it comes out on 2021. So yeah, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe now if you haven't. If you guys want to watch me react to Resident Evil, what you call Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil Village trailer, I'll be leaving the games link, or I'll be leaving the videos link in the description down below. So go watch that. Also, if you guys want to watch the Resident Evil Village special developer message, I'll be leaving the link of this video in the description down below. So go watch that as well if you wanna rewatch it again. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and as always, I will see you guys next time with another brand new video. This is the Cool Mike signing off. Goodbye.